Oh no, here we go again. No, 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 no. Bad rift in the space-time continuum. Um, Hello everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to RWBYM World of Blocks. Oh no, it's nighttime, which means there's also going to be a whole bunch of Grimm spawning as the alchemy hut is being destroyed. Um, I need to get in here and move some jars, because these things are in a danger zone. Anyways, hello! Last time we were working on Thaumcraft. We made the boots of the Traveler for some extra speed. Made this thing so we can tell what what the Viz energy is looking at like. And made a new thing. Ow! You can go right away. Mini Deathstalkers are awful. I hate you things more than I hate Geist. Ow! At least I'm now witherproof, which is very nice. Anyways, you can just wait in here. Ooh, a new soul. Crescent Haze Fox. I don't have that one yet. Still don't know how to use them though. Because, no idea how to actually... Grimbane, you're so expensive. Because I still don't know how to make the anatomy nameless, but whatever. Anyways, last time we made a new focus for our caster gauntlet, and we made the boots of the Traveler. And just looked some more at some like the base, some random things. Although it's looking like Thaumcraft might not have too much more super interesting for us. But definitely still breaking stuff. Flux is definitely a bad thing. And still not really ready to just like fix those things and stop those. Need a whole bunch more Vidium in Alienus before I can actually close those things. Although I should now be able to look at Flux cleanup. So, I wasn't sure what I was going to do today. I guess I want to try and clean up Flux so this stops happening, so I guess I can do this now. I just need to get some Vidium essence. Thankfully, I've been growing nether warts, so I just need to smelt up a few of those to get my Vidium going, and that's all well and good. And then I'm going to need a couple more levels of Theory Oromancy. What was that? Something just got hurt. I see that. I guess something big spawned underground and is currently suffocating. Oh no! Anyways, I guess I gotta get a little bit of Oromancy real quick, hopefully before anything too bad happens. So I might as well gather those levels real quick, and let's actually do Flux cleanup, because apparently that's a pretty major priority for us. Okay, so I just barely started, that is bigger. We have to hurry up a little bit. Just smelted up some nether warts, so now I have alchemia and Vidium in jars. A little bit of herb left over that I can't quite fit anywhere. Although I should be able to grab a file out of you, and if I take a file from you as well. There we go. So now I have a couple files, and this is all cleared out and won't burn out into the world. But anyways, we finally have Vidium in a jar, so when I go like so, I can finally do Flux cleanup. Does it get used up? It will. Okay. I may have made a mess of things. I have allowed Flux to build up in the aura, and now I need to get rid of it fast. Fortunately, the answer might be found in one of the unique properties of Flux. The local... I don't know what that just said, but it's probably not good. Technically Flux is just dirty Viz, but what sets it apart is the fact that it can easily transform from a form of energy into physical matter. This makes it dangerous as it can spawn taint and other forms of nastiness, but maybe it can also be coaxed into safer forms. Oh, Flux Condenser and Lattice, okay. I've managed to find a way to turn... Again, something popped up in the bottom there, something about the local Flux. Is this thing... Yeah, this thing is definitely getting bigger. It's like tearing into the flooring a little bit, but it looks like it's actually pushing out further this way faster. So hopefully we'll decide to grow in the other direction. Anyways, I keep getting distracted from this by things popping up. Into Flux Ascent. I've managed to find a way of turning Pure Flux in the aura into Flux Essentia. Flux Essentia is hardly benign, but it is much easier to handle than raw flux. Unfortunately, the process is not simple, cheap, or fast. I have drawn up plans for a flux condenser. Once applied with lots of Essentia, it can draw flux from the aura and force it to become Essentia itself. Every point of flux drawn from the aura will require 5 or more Essentia in some type. Or of some type, I assume. The type of Essentia does not matter as long as I do not use flux Essentia. That would be bad. Essentia can be piped into the sides of the condenser, and the resulting flux Essentia can be drained from the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to need to do the piping. The condenser is not all that is needed. I also need a special lattice that will actually draw the flux from the aura. The lattice pieces can be connected to the top of the condenser and each other to form a multi-block structure. The more pieces I connect, the quicker the condenser can draw flux from the aura. It does, however, increase the eccentric cost. The lattice cannot be attached any old way, however. It must be attached to the top, and all the connecting lattice pieces must be above the condenser itself. I can attach many lattice pieces together, but any lattice pieces further than 8 blocks from the condenser will automatically detach. It is theoretically possible to pack a large amount of lattice pieces into this 8-block range, but the benefit a lattice piece provides is reduced for each lattice piece it is connected to. Blah. It would appear that a single unbroken line would be the best, but they become occasionally they become clogged and unusable. And that's bad. Okay, so I need a flux condenser. This thing's expensive. That's a lot of viz cost. And Essentia tubing, which I can't make yet because I don't have the alchemy Essentia tubes. Actually, I have extra Vidium. I have extra Alchemia. I need to get Vinculum and Alienus. That's coming through the walls all of a sudden. Vinculum, I don't think I've picked up at any point, and I know I don't have Alienus in any of my jars. So, Vinculum. I don't remember what Vinculum is, actually. I'm assuming I have it somewhere in this book, though. Oh, this is getting real bad all of a sudden. Oh, Vinculum is trap. Never mind. I should actually have some traps somewheres, unless I used it all. Did I get... I feel like I got Vinculum in a jar, but I guess not. Did I need Vinculum crystals for something and I put it in there, maybe? I don't remember, but this thing is coming straight through the wall. That's not good. I know I've definitely seen Vinculum. It's in, like, trap doors, or I think. So, Alienus, just make a couple banners, easy. Trapdoors will get me the Vinculum. Or I guess trapdoors are you. Was it regular doors, maybe? Yeah, regular doors. That's what I was thinking of. So I need 2 of these. That will get me some Vinculum. And I have to work pretty quickly because this is getting bad. We're about to get another taint seed, I'm assuming. Oh, not in there. Although that kind of works. 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course it's going to be waste products. And I can get this stuff very quickly. It's just going to be a little bit of running back and forth. Do I have another thing, or do I'm going to have to make more doors, it looks like? I know I have more doors. That makes sense. Why did the oak door... Why does oak not have herb or anything in it? That doesn't really make sense. But I have extra oak wood available in plenty. So this should do. Alienus is just a couple banners. I can make those. As long as I'm very quick with everything. So, oak doors just because it's a lot less waste. Vinculum, covered. I'm gonna need more files. All the jars can get tossed away for right now except for the Vidium and the Alchemia. So, what am I still missing for you? Alienus. Alienus continues to be super simple. That's just banners. I saw that before. Helps if you spell it right. White banner. Oh, that's a lot of other byproducts, actually. And it's in ender pearls with a better amount, and there's a lot less waste, but I don't have any extra, which is the problem. So I think banners will have to do, because I really just don't have a better option. Really not the time for a raid. Actually, you know what? I can head down into the ender thing for a real quick. I might actually be able to unload that, so that will be a problem for when I get back. Ow. So yeah, I'm just going to head down into the ender spawner real quick. I'm going to see if I can't very quickly pick up a couple of ender pearls, because it will be easier to do this than smelt up all that extra waste product. So I'll see you in just a couple minutes. How in the world did that just happen? I just got teleported under bedrock. Okay. That's a thing. That's a thing that just happened. I got nothing. I have no idea how that just happened. All of a sudden, I'm fighting Enderman, I'm getting swarmed by a whole bunch of zombies on top of it. Oh, there's some lag going on right now. The world's not a fan of something that's going on. Anyways, fighting Enderman. All is going not well because of all the zombies, but it's whatever. I'm making do. Because my... No, no idea if that just got heard. My dog's barking once again. Anyways, oh, game is not happy all of a sudden. Fighting Enderman, trying to make do while dealing with extra zombies. All of a sudden, I'm just underneath the map. That's... Apparently there's also silverfish down here too that I have to worry about. Ow, Endermen are strong, even with all my extra powers. Anyways, I'm gonna attempt this again. Hopefully it goes a little bit better this time, now that I blocked off from all the zombies. And hopefully it won't take me too long to pick up a couple of ender pearls, so I'll be back with ya. Oh my god, this has been painful. Oh, my boots of the traveler are about to break too. That's awful. I managed to get 5 ender pearls. I've been at this for like 30 minutes. That was bad. I actually had to pop into peaceful mode and then back into hard mode for a little bit. Just because the game could not handle the amount of other mobs it was spawning besides Enderman. Like, the game was on the verge of breaking because there was just too much going on that I wasn't after. Now I have, like, a million pieces of junk just everywhere that I have to go through. But, you can go in there. Why does that one stack, but the Agito rust one didn't? Interesting. I'm wondering if one of those... I think there's 2 Agitos. I think there's a real Agito and then a fake Agito. I might have both of them there, actually. But anyways, I have some junk stuff I have to get through real quick before we can continue on. But now that I have some ender pearls, we have easier access to Alienus, which should be pretty helpful. Oh yeah, I did organize this, but you can't tell it because of the stupid delivery person just putting junk everywheres. But anyways, I'll be back with you once I've dealt with this junk. Okay, I've dealt with inventory stuff, so we're actually good to get going. But I did actually figure out why exactly. Or not figure out, I did remember why I might have gotten shoved under the map and into the void. This is something I had actually forgotten completely about. But Endermans, with the Epic Siege mod, will actually teleport you if they hit you. This is something I actually completely forgot about. So, seriously? 2 of you? Really? Anyways, I don't really care. So, yeah, an Enderman hit me under the map. I think I'm gonna need to smelt up 2. Glass files, I need to make a few more of you. I'm going to ignore these idiots until I can't anymore. But anyways, yes, Endermans because of Epic Siege. I'm so sick of guys. Anyways, 8 more glass files. You in there. I need Machina and vinculum pulled out of somewheres. I know I have... There's just... What just broke? There's... I'm about ready to put it in easy, peaceful mode for the next 20 minutes. Because, oh my goodness. I'm sick of dealing with nonsense. Anyways, I'm gonna deal with these two and get the stuff smelted up into jars wherever I need it. Give me a moment. Okay. I have everything. It's in jars. It's in files. I can do a Sencha thing now. Oh my goodness. That was a lot of work just to be able to make tubes and move things around. But this is actually a major step towards some of the other stuff. It wasn't originally my goal to continue on with Thaumcraft today. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I guess here we are now. Essentia tubes. I can transport Essentia around in jars and flasks, but that is not useful for large-scale alchemical operations. The obvious answer is to transport Essentia with pipes or tubes, but due to its volatile nature, no mundane pipe will be able to transport it. I should gather some exotic Essentia samples and use them to test various materials. Oh, there's a lot there. I have unlocked the key to creating stable and relatively leak-free tubing. That would be nice. While mundane chemicals can be transported in glass, certain types of Essentia either dissolve or simply pass right through it. By wrapping the glass in iron and treating it like with quicksilver, I have managed to protect it from even the most volatile types of Essentia. Brass fittings finish off the piping system and makes it visually appealing. The tubes can be connected to all manner of alchemical devices, though warded jars and alembics are their primary targets. Okay. Essentia flows through the tubes whenever something is connected to them that can accept it, like warded jars. Jars containing different kinds of Essentia will only draw their kind of Essentia towards them. Tubes are... Oh, you're literally doing this in the middle of my workshop now. Fun. And, of course, there's apathy nearby, so I'm getting slowed down. Like, a million bad things always just seem to converge in one spot whenever I try to do anything that's not combat-oriented. Anyways, jars. Use piping to put Essentia into jars, basically. You can use the caster. It can be also used to rotate things. Okay. Essentia resonator, that's a thing. Essentia tubes to move things around. Valves to let things off, I'm assuming. Filtered, restricted, directional, Essentia buffer, alchemical construct. No idea what you're for. Because I didn't immediately see you at first, and stuff keeps happening. Anyways, tubes. Oh, okay. So if I build the flux condenser, it's very expensive. I'm gonna have to find a place of high vis. Thaumium plates. Okay, just make a little bit more thaumium. Get a piston. Make a whole bunch of brass. Okay, morphics. That's pretty simple. I did end up picking up a few extra things. Tube. Okay, there's a lot of steps there, but basically, I just need to find an area with high vis concentration so that I could do, like, all the proper thing, so that I could do everything I need to. Maybe, like, a magical forest? Think there might be a mutant Deathstalker or something down there spawning creeps. But there's a magical forest, like, over there. That probably has high vis count. I could just, like, go over there, bring everything over. Hopefully that would be enough. And from there, I just keep doing alchemy, make a whole bunch of brass, make some thaumium, all that, and I would pretty quickly be able to make this thing. And then I set this up over here, and if I were just to, like, smelt, like, a million things in there and pipe everything into the flux thing, hopefully it should create enough vis to counteract the... whatever it's called. It should create enough vis to counteract all the flux in the region, as long as I smelt things down that don't have vidium in them. Okay. That's how I'm gonna do this. Brass, get a whole bunch of instrumentum and iron. That's pretty simple. I have a whole bunch of extra axes and whatnot at the base. Just toss in a chunk of them. Let's see. Each of these has 12, so that's 2. Okay, it's going to be a lot of these, actually. You have Desiderium in them as well, but not a whole lot of Instrumentum. So yeah, just grab out, like, all of these axes, and then I'm just going to toss these all in there, and then just get as much alchemical brass as I can. That would be a good first step. And then I'm basically going to make a whole bunch of Salus Mundus and do the same thing to get a whole bunch of Thaumium. And that should work. So I'm just going to get to work. This is going to take me probably like a solid 30 minutes just to get all the Thaumium and copper, brass or whatever. So I'm just going to get to work. I'm going to gather as many of the materials as I can pretty quickly. And I think I'll just see you in a little bit. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've made a little bit of thaumium and a little bit of brass. I actually ran out of iron, though. So, it's not amazing. I need to go get more of that stuff, because I don't know if I actually have enough just yet. But I realized I can make the Essentia Centrifuge, and I can take a look at the Essentia Smeltery. Are you kidding me? I'm so sick of Geists. Like, I literally can't do anything in anywheres without being faced down by a Geist. Like, they're constant. Anyways, I can't sleep just yet. I have to wait a couple seconds. Anyways, the Essentia Centrifuge. I often find myself with complex Essentia I have no real need for. I need to find a way to put all that unused Essentia to a practical use. The alchemical centrifuge is a wondrous invention that allows me to break Essentia into its component parts. One compound Essentia flows into the centrifuge from below. It will be slowly broken down into the primal or compound Essentia that it is made from. Only one of the components is created for each point of Essentia broken down. The resulting Essentia needs to be drawn from the top of the centrifuge. Because of the idiosyncrasies of the tube pressure system, it would be best to connect an Essentia buffer to the top of the centrifuge. Okay, so this is where you use these constructs for. They're everywheres. They're actually everywheres. Anyways, that thing will break down stuff like Bestia into Victus and whatever else. I don't remember what exactly it makes. I'm so sick of Geist. Like, they're real. I'm so tempted to just turn them off at this point. Anyways, come on, just let me sleep through the night. You can hit me after I get out of bed if you want. Anyways, if I made one of those things, I could turn like Vacuos into Permutatio and whatever. Just like a complex one gets turned into a simpler one. It's kind of cool. That's all well and good. Essentia Smelter. The basic Essentia Smelter is quite crude, if I have to be honest with myself. It is extremely inefficient and rather slow. I chalk this up to the low quality of the materials it is crafted from. I believe thaumium could prove useful in improving the smelting process. I should run some experiments to see how effective it would be at containing Essentia Slurry. I should probably also improve the plumbing inside the smelter itself. Okay, so if I get a little bit of alchemy and thaumium, I could improve the Essentia Smelter, which eventually moves to Essentia Transport and Automation, and then there's also Distillation. I'm so sick of you. Anyways, this thing's just gonna chase me because that thing will actually chase me for miles. It's so silly. I'm not even getting very close to actually fixing this problem. That thing's going to burn itself out before I get even close to it. Anyways, we'll look at centrifuges and smeltery upgrades and distillation. Actually, I need arcane bellows for that first, so I would have to do this thing. We'll look at all that stuff later on. But right now, we want to actually make the flux cleanup thing. The flux condenser. I need planks. I have brass plates I can make. I don't... You lot can just get tossed away. I have a whole bunch of metallum now because I didn't want to just, like, sit everything... Let everything just sit in the, like, cauldron and to bubble out into extra flux in the air. So I just have, like, 100 and some on metallum crystals now. But anyways, I'm going to need some of you. I think I can probably pretty safely do this. So that's the 4 there. 2 planks, Essentia tubes. I need... Let's see. I have 1 of you. I can make you from Quicksilver. Yes. Okay. Then I'm going to need some of you. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. So, Essentia tube, 2 iron plates as well. Uh-oh. I used up all of my iron to make the thing. Turns out, I'm gonna need iron on its own. So, thankfully iron's very common. It shouldn't take me too long to gather at least a little bit of it. Although, I might be hunting for a little bit, because I've already scrounged up a lot of it in this region. But I guess not too much. I have no idea how much iron I'm going to actually need. So, I'll gather up this little chunk. Almost hit some dust there, and it would have been funny if I wasn't expecting it and it just went boom. How much is that? There's 14. Probably not enough for right now. I'll see you in a little bit after I've gathered some iron, I guess. I had to take a quick little trip to the Nether to gather a little bit extra quartz, but figured I'd come back to show off the flux condenser lattice being finished up. So there's technically the second part, but it will do for right now, of this thing. All we need now is the condenser itself. Though that Viz cost is kind of expensive, I should have everything I need. I already made the morphic resonator. The planks are easy enough. I just needed 4 more brass plates. Might have actually made a bunch of extras that I don't need. Sencha tubes. Still need to make 1 of you. So that's just a piece of glass. 2 of you. And what's the last piece I need? Oh yeah, Quicksilver drop goes on the top. Tube goes on the bottom. Essentia tubing's all done. All we're missing now is the complex arcane thing. It's gonna need 2 simple ones. Okay. So, simple ones are like so. I just going to need to grab a couple sticks. I did notice that I am going to need some extra thaumium plates, because as it stands, I only have the 1. So 2 simple arcane mechanisms. Got it. Are you kidding me? 1 more thaumium plate and a piston. So I should actually set up a second crafting table, just like an actual one in here. So 3 of you. So there's you. And a piston. I literally popped into... I popped into spectator mode real quickly so I could just, like, look to see what the cave systems under here look like. And there's a cave system under here, but it's like 30 blocks down. I don't even really understand how it's close enough for you to spawn an aggro on me. But these things are just constant. They're just the entire time, just constantly here, just always getting in the way. Anyways. I'm so sick of them. I'm just really sick of them. And I just ignore them as long as I can. It's like, even if I take a death, fine, whatever, I don't care. Oh, so many deaths on the day because of mobs just being super dumb. Anyways. I died. I left the area. They despawned. Fine, go away, please. Anyways, piston, like so, 2 thaumium plates, 2 of you, and thus we get the complex arcane mechanism. So at this point, whoops, whatever. At this point, it's the tube. These go here, tube goes here, morphic resonator goes here, and then the 4 extra brass plates, goes here. And I've done something wrong, apparently. Brass plates. Complex. Morphic. What am I doing wrong? Oh, wait. Obviously, I know what I did wrong. Nothing about thaumium plates ever being used. So I need 435 viz. There's less than 100 in the area available. Let's grab out the extra movement armor, just to have it on us, and I'll switch into that armor when we get to a spot that has it. So, this thing, I need an open offhand. I just grab this thing like this, and I'm just gonna go flying with it. Hopefully there's a decent amount of aura off in that magical biome. But this might be a bit rough trying to make this work. I'm just gonna start flying around, and hopefully I'll find an area with close at least. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I started running around trying to find a spot where this might work. And I have found a location with the highest viz count I could anywheres nearby. And sadly, it only maxes out at 413. So I started looking at the book real quick to see if there was any solutions to my little problem. And I found the workbench charger, this thing that's been sitting here the entire time that I keep ignoring. Apparently, this thing, after reading it through, actually extends the range that the workbench can draw from and thus allows it to use more viz. So that's actually pretty helpful. So workbench charger, I've designed a special rig that can be placed on top of an arcane workbench and the focal manipulator. This framework allows those workbenches to draw viz, not only from the chunk they are located in, the surrounding 8 chunks as well. In theory, this increases the viz available for crafting 9-fold. When viz is drawn from the aura, it will be roughly split between all 9 of these chunks, which should prevent depletion of a single chunk. How expensive is this? That's actually pretty simple. Like, time to fly this thing back home. So, I'll see you back home real quick. It's just gonna take me a minute to fly back. Hold on, I can just teleport. I want to say, I went to start flying, and then I was like, wait a second, somewhere's on this list. This one? This one, aha, that works. Pressing all the wrong buttons. I can't just pick you up, I guess. I have an axe for a reason. So just like so, that's fine. You go back down there. All's well and good. I'll put this back in a moment. Hopefully, I will still have enough viz in this area. But 2 great wood, 2 iron, and a focal resonator. 2 great wood planks, 2 iron plates. I'm going to need to make another one of you. I'm going to need to make more of you, period, because I don't have enough. And quartz is already in my inventory. So like so, and so gets us the focal resonator. That, and I think it was actual iron, not iron plates, right? Which means I didn't need to make yeah, it was. Which means I didn't need to make the extra set of these. And it requires 200, and there's only 100 in this area. So I guess I'm flying back this way. I think there was a spot actually not too far away. Like, this is already pretty close. Like, if I just go all the way over here, there we go, workbench charger. This gets flown back. Jump over the barrels. So 105. If I now put this here, 1215. That works out for me. So you go like that. I needed you to... Actually, no, I don't use you. Brass goes here, and then this was 2 planks, and thus we get the flux condenser. Oh boy, that was trickier to get a hold of than it realistically should have been. Anyways, this goes here. Then I put this thing on top of it. And of course there's a raid, because there's not enough weird... Does that not just work? How do I pipe things out of here, then? Essentia filter? No? How exactly does one pump... Does it go out of here instead? No, Essentia tubes, Essentia tubes, Essentia tubes. There we go. No, I want you to go down. There we go. So now Essentia gets pumped into here. And I just need to put some stuff in there smelting. I have like a million saplings. If I just put 64 saplings at the bottom and 64 saplings on the top and just keep running it through like that, this produces 20 essentia on its own. Yeah, each of these saplings is 20 essentia, which gets rid of 4 flux. So running it through like this should be pretty effective at creating enough essentia. Yeah, it's basically one sapling to one of these, and so more or less every cycle with some loss in there, because it's not exactly 1-to-1, should be able to clear up 4 flux points. Which, once it's all well and done, should actually help clean this place up a bit and help prevent at least some of the bad stuff that's been going on. This thing is still just... You know what? I'm fine with this. If that thing wants to eat an Ursa Major, I'm fine with it. That can just work on its thing. So, hopefully now that we have this going, we should be able to keep this from happening too often in the future. But, that's a good first step, I guess. Better Essentia Smelter? Sure, we can look at this too. I already read that through. Thaumium has proven to be a good choice, though not quite as effective as I'd hoped. The Thaumium Smeltery works like the basic Smeltery, but it has roughly 90% efficiency instead of 80. Okay, so it's 8 out of every 10 Essentia that gets... Oh, but it also does double the speed. Okay, so... kind of interesting, kind of not too important. Potion Sprayer we can look at. Kind of want to see what distillation is about, but I need to do the Arcane Bellows first. Alchemical Automation. Sometimes alchemy can be a hit-and-miss affair. This miscounted aspects, degrading essentia, and ingredients that require manual label to mix. I've had enough. Now that I have raw liquid essentia available to me, I should improve the entire alchemical process. Okay, I'm curious if this would be the route to... You know what? I was thinking about how do you make essentia? We now have access to the centrifuge, which breaks essentia down into the basic parts. But I'm curious if, if distillation would allow us to put different essentias together to make the more complex type. Because that's an issue I keep running into, where I just don't have I don't have the right ones, so it would be nice to just be able to create them from basic things, or create basic things from more advanced ones that I have lots of. So many Geist today. Like, I've taken like 4 deaths to Geist, and they just keep coming. It's getting silly. But anyways, as I'm here fighting for my life, I think I'm just going to end that off for today. Next time, we're going to actually get up to something that's not Thaumcraft. I just got distracted by the tear in the fabric of the universe again. But, anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. Are you kidding me? Go away. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody.